Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug. Well, back in January, we redid our closet. We cleaned it out and organized it. So in February, what I decided to do is to redo or revamp our laundry room. Yes, we did a laundry room makeover. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. So I'm going to take you through the steps that I went through to create my laundry room makeover. Now, first of all, everybody's laundry room is different. Some people have really large, beautiful laundry rooms, and some people have real small ones. Some people even have more of a closet that opens and it's just the washer and dryer. But I feel like no matter what the size is of your laundry room, you can make it really beautiful and make it to where you want to do laundry. So the laundry room that we have, it's not the largest, but it's not super small either. Um, what we had in there was really nothing. I mean, we just had the washer and dryer, and it came, when they built the house, they have the shelf and the rod going across, and that was really it. And we had it like that for a long time. Few years ago, we decided to paint it, and I still love the color, so I didn't change the color of the laundry room. But what I decided to do was create a list of all the things that I really needed, and then, of course, the wants. And I wanted to stick to a budget, and I made sure that my budget did not go any more than $650. Originally, I was thinking 500, but today, with the way everything is priced, it's really hard to stick to that type of budget. So I was only over originally what I wanted, $150. So really not bad. So it was actually, I spent, I want to say it was 600, and I have to look at my list again, but it was just a little bit over 600. It wasn't even 650. But I said to myself, well, I'm going to base it on 650. And so I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm going to go through everything with you and show you all the individual pieces that I purchased and why, talk to you about the purpose of it. Because most of it's not just to look pretty, it has a purpose to it, although there are some pretty things in there. Um, and I feel like anybody can do this. So if you have a budget, let's say $500, $600, I feel like you can really redo your laundry room to where it's going to be a pleasure to go in there and actually do laundry. So stay tuned. Okay, so after I created my list of all my needs and wants, I also went shopping. And the shopping does take a while because I didn't want to just pick up anything. So I went to a few stores, and I wanted to make sure that what I picked out was purposeful and that it looked good, of course. And so I'm going to show you the list. I have here, I wrote laundry room decor and organizers. So in our laundry room, I really wanted a table or some type of cabinet to where I could actually fold laundry on top of it. So in my laundry room, I wanted the depth to be no more than 15 inches. If it was 16 inches, it would have been fine. But I didn't really want any more than that because then we would be getting into the walkway, when you first walk into the laundry room. So it had to be a specific size, had to be 42 inches long, and it had to be 15 inches in depth. I would have liked it to have been 36 inches high, almost like a countertop. However, that's very rare to find. So the one I have is actually 33 inches, which is, it's only 3 inch difference, which it just worked out perfectly. Now, I looked and looked and looked for this table, and nobody makes, or at least I couldn't find, a table that you have in your laundry room or cabinet that you can fold laundry on top and also some type of cabinet or storage underneath. So there was no way. The ones that had that, it was too long. It was like 48 inches long, 52 inches long, and there was no way it would have fit into my laundry room. So I looked at rooms to go, couldn't find anything. I looked at Haverty's, definitely not. And plus, I didn't want to spend a lot of money because, like I said, I wanted my budget to be. Originally, I wanted $500, but 650 was the top, you know. And so most of the furniture at Haverty's is definitely more than that. And so anyway, then I thought living spaces. And so I went to living spaces, and the lady there, I mean, she really tried really hard to find me what I needed, but everything we measured, it was like 48 inches long. And then she showed me a bookshelf that it was actually in a kid's room, and the length would have worked, but I didn't want just a bookshelf. You know, I wanted it to be almost like, originally I wanted with the cabinets with the doors, but no way. So I was settling for something like a console table, you know, something higher and long in the depth, and it has a shelf where I could at least put baskets underneath. So I finally found it, and you'll never guess where. I finally found it because I looked at Home Goods. They even directed me to Home Sense, which I wouldn't advise Home Sense because the quality in Home Sense was really, really bad. Um, but you know, Home Goods, sometimes you can find something. Well, I couldn't find anything at Home Goods. But where I did find my table, which I was so excited about, was World Market. And I never, you know, when I left Living Spaces, a little voice inside me said, "Go to World Market." And and so I went there, and I was so excited because there it was right there. As soon as I walked in, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that looks like the size." I got out my measuring tape, and it was the size, and I was so excited. So I got my table, and that was, you know, that table, you'll never guess, it was $350, but there was some type of promotion, special sale for 175, and then I opened up a rewards card thing, a rewards system, where I got an additional 15% off. So I only paid like $161 for that table, and I was with tax, and I was so excited. So $160 you figure for the table. Home Goods is where I found my baskets and my plants. Hobby Lobby is where I found my artwork and a shelf, which I'll show you in a second. And then I got a lot of things off of Amazon. So what I got at Amazon was the above the dryer countertop with a shelf, over the door drying rack, a sewing kit, detergent dispensers, lint bowl container, a carpet, a dryer sheet container, and a lint bin. So those are some of the wants and needs of what I wanted for this laundry room. Now let me show you some pictures of it before, what it looked like before. And as you can see, it was very plain, nothing in there that was exciting. Like I said, the paint color was, we changed that like a couple of years ago to that color. Originally, it was just a white, and just a very basic, boring laundry room. Well, now let's take a look at it. So I wanted to show you, when you walk, this is where, it's actually a mud room right here. So this is, we're in the breakfast room now, and you can see this mud room, and in the mud room, we put that wainscoting on the wall there, and I painted it that dark, really dark green color. And then of course we have some decor there, a nice shelf with hooks. You could actually hang jackets there, but we basically just put that basket there. This is where the dogs sleep. Well, one sleeps on the couch, but the other two are mostly in here. And so it's a nice little mudroom area. So when you walk in from the garage, and then this right here is the laundry room. Now let's take a look. So here we go. So I am loving it. First of all, we'll start here. The artwork I found at Hobby Lobby, and it was in their spring section, and it was 40% off. So this, it's actually a print, but it looks like a painting. That piece of artwork, that one up there, and this one, they were all around $20 or so. This one I think was a little bit more, but they were all around 20 with the 40% off. And I thought, what a bargain. Now, these lamps I already had, and they're rechargeable, so there's no cords. You don't have to plug it in. And they stay charged for around 24 hours, which is nice, but you do have to recharge them. But it just makes it so warm and cozy in here. The little plant there I got at Home Goods. And this shelf here I got for $17.99 at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale. So a nice shelf, and if you look at the wood, it actually matches that table that I found at World Market. And I just love the table because, as you can see, you can fold clothes on top of it, and it just makes it so easy. It even has a little drawer. And down there, I decided to put baskets with the extra laundry detergents and softeners in the baskets, just so it's not out and it's kind of in a basket and kind of concealed, so it looks pretty, you know. Laundry basket there. That carpet there came from Amazon. Now that is like, if you, it's spill proof, so if we spill something on it or the dogs go on it, it's supposed to repel and easy to clean. And then here's our washer and dryer, which we already had. That little lint bin I got off of Amazon, really cute. It's magnetic, so you can move it around, but you can put your lint from the dryer in there. I just put it there. It's magnetic, so you can move it anywhere you want. You even could put it on the side there if you wanted to. This shelf, this I put together myself, got it off of Amazon. It was $70. But I love it because, look, you can even do some folding here too, and has nice little shelf areas. So these containers here got off of Amazon, and I love them. It has these labels, and if water gets on it, it doesn't damage them, so which is really nice. But you have your container for detergent, softener, and bleach. Really awesome. So we could just refill it. It looks great on the shelf. And then this is those dry ball container balls, I should say. And there's a container for that. I do have this little glass jar just as something extra in case I need it. And then this is for a little tin for my laundry sheets. Look at that, how awesome that is. And everything in its place, and it looks so nice. It looks so organized. Up there is where I have some extra paper towels in that basket, and then decorative plants. My little sewing kit I'm going to put right here. I didn't get it from Amazon yet, but it's just a little sewing kit in case, a button falls off of a shirt or something like that, and you can sew it on real quickly. So I figured this is the room to keep it in. And then that basket I already had, and then that little plant in that basket came from Home Goods. But I still kept the rod here in case I wanted to hang anything to dry. And this piece of artwork, love it. Looks beautiful in here. Down here, like I showed you before, this is a waste paper basket right there. And then the laundry basket. Now on the back of the door over here is the drying rack. So look at this. Look how awesome this is. Now this was $70 too, but it came with these hangers. It's over the door hanger, but it didn't come with these. It came with these gray ones, and the gray ones did not fit. It didn't go across the door because the door is it's kind of thick here. So I decided to use a wreath hanger, and it works just as well. It's basically the same thing, but you open this up like this, and this is where you can hang clothes to dry in case something like maybe it might shrink if you put it in the dryer or something like that. So I thought this would be a really good idea in case with those items that might shrink in the dryer. But that's our electrical box and stuff like that, but this is behind the door, so no one sees that anyway. But I just love how it all turned out. I think it looks great. I'm so happy with it, and I feel like what a difference compared to what it used to look like. So I don't know about you, but I'm loving my laundry room. And now this is a place I can come and do laundry. And it's so warm, it's so cozy, and it looks great. And everything is organized, everything has its place. And for under, you figure $600, you can do the same if you wanted to fix up or redo your laundry room. Now, I was thinking originally to hire Closets by Design, who did our closet, our master bedroom closet, for organizational purposes, but that would have been at least 2 to 3 thousand maybe for the size room, maybe more. I don't even know because I didn't have them come out, but I didn't want to spend all that money. So for around $600, look how beautiful it looks compared to what it looked like before. So you can kind of do the same for your laundry room if you wanted to fix yours up instead of hiring some, big company. Because when you think about it, in your laundry room, what is it for? You're using it for washing clothes, you're using it for drying clothes. So you basically need little organizers just for those items to do those things. Some of you might say, well, what about ironing? Well, I do have an ironing board, but a lot of the clothes that I buy are wrinkle free because I hate ironing. I don't like it. But I do have an ironing board and an iron. It's in a cabinet in the other room because we don't use it that much, really. So I hope you enjoyed our laundry room makeover. I know I enjoyed putting this together. It took me a couple of days really to plan everything out and go shopping and look for those pieces, especially this table here. That one, I was so happy when I found it because it was a hard find. When you want something a specific size and a certain look, and this at World Market just worked out perfectly for me. And so you really got to just shop around. So it took me a couple of days, but basically putting it together. And of course, I first started with cleaning the laundry room. I washed down the walls, I washed the floor, made sure the door was clean, everything. Even cleaned the washer and dryer too, and make sure you go behind it. So, and then the shelf up there. So everything was cleaned, and then I had a blank slate to work with, and then I got to create this. So thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe, and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye.